Welcome to the New This Week episode for February 23rd. We've got a huge week this week. There's approximately 70, 80 books out this week. We've got some of them, some we don't. There was some damages this week from Diamond. Had a couple damages from DC. But we're going to give you what we have here right now. And we're going to start it off with Aerosmith number 2. Kurt Busiek, talked about this before. The first series was a real good series. This is going to be another series probably worth reading. Blade Runner Origins, number 9. We got Jeff Lemire's Black Hammer Reborn. Let's, he puts out a lot of books. Let's hope that, when this gets to the end, it's issue number 9. I don't know when it ends, 12 or whatever, but when this finishes, let's hope it ends better than Primordial. Okay? Now, I don't know if you guys have read that book, if you've read that book yet, but the ending is atrocious. It made me want to punch Jeff Lemire in the mouth. He's lucky that I actually like some of his stuff. I'm going to give him a pass. We've got Black Widow, number 14. Always a fantastic book. Probably one of Marvel's best books out there. Source Point Press puts out Blood on Sunset, number 3. There's a bunch of Source Point Press books this week. Again, one of my favorite independent books. Or not this book, but companies that just not a lot of people read, unfortunately. Because I'd rather be reading crap like this. Bolero number 2. Now this is Image. So yeah, if that book was from Image, it'd probably sell 20,000 copies. Kind of like this garbage. We got Berserker number 7. Seems like we've waited forever for this book. It's a great title. I mean, there's a lot of good books this week. Kind of wish they spread out some of the good books for some of the past cruddy weeks that we've had. But it's good to see this book's back. This book may be a little late. It's called Christmas Caroline. It's an annual, number 1. It's kind of Christmas related. So it should have been out maybe in, I don't know, December. But I think it's still going to be good. I mean, just look at this cover. You got an elf here who has destroyed a bunch of other elves' reindeers. I mean, just gutted them with a giant candy cane. Can it get any better than that? Massacre at the North Pole. That's what it should be called. All right, Source Points Press again. Cover of Darkness, issue number 2. I believe there's a crazy gorilla on the cover. You know how I feel about gorillas and stuff. You gotta read it. Issue number 4 of Cross to Bear. Scout, Dancing with the Dragon, number 4. I don't know if that's a good idea. You may get burned. Some Vault books this week also. We got Dark Interlude, number 3. And here's a book. Good book. Again, your eyes bleed when you read it. Department of Truth. I don't have no idea what number it is. 16. Maybe I should look at the number before I hold it up. But hey, we wing it here. Who knows? I have no idea what I'm doing half the time. But yeah, I mean, if you can tolerate the artwork, well, it could be a different artist. Nope, it's the same artist. At least there's some color to this, not like the old blacks that was before. But yeah, it's a fantastic story. If you want Ebola of the eyes, though, if you look at it too long, you're going to start bleeding. We have not just Firefly, but we have the all-new Firefly, issue number 1. Good jumping on point right here. Issue number 4 of Gods of Brutality. Haven't read this book, don't know too much about it, but that number 4. And another book that people are loving, Gunslinger Spawn, number 5. This book is still has a lot of steam to it. And we got some pretty foil cover here. Heathen, number 1. Not to be confused with Cullen Bunn's The Heathens, number 4. I'm going to go on a limb, and I have never read this book. But this book is going to be better. I'm just going on a limb. I'm going to say that right now. All right, I think this book is losing steam. I really can't even read this. I can't read this book. House of Slaughter number 5. Just can't wait for this story to end and bring back Something Is Killing the Children. It's about time. I don't know. I think it's 6 issues, so we're a month away from this garbage ending. Sorry, James. I like a lot of your writing. I may make fun of you because you're the 4th, but I do like a lot of your writing. This is just not doing it. Got a trade paperback for Ice Cream Man. Again, good series. Beginning was better than the middle. It got better as it's gone, as it's coming to where we're at now. Worth a try. So it's press number 1. Can't really tell you what this cover is, but it's In His Own Image, number 1. Brian Michael Bendis, writing for Dark Horse, issue number 4 of Joy Operations. This book's all the way up to number 19. It's kind of interesting. I like it. I don't like it. But it's Philadelphia, number 19. It's it's one of those books. Sometimes I like it. Sometimes I want to drop this. Then others, it's like, oh, good, they're doing more with Edison and stuff. I like it, and it's a vampire book. But it's like a train wreck. I mean, you just can't you can't put it down. You can't turn your head. You stick with it. The Killer Affairs of the State, number 1. Don't know too much about this one, but I'm bringing it home to try it out. Aftershocks, issue number 4 of My Date with Monsters. And issue number 6 of Nobody's Child. I got comments for that, but I'll just keep those to myself. This book is almost over. Oblivion Song number 35. I think issue 36, and it's finishing up. It's time. It was a good book. It just seems like it's just dragged on a little too long. I'm glad it's finishing, but it's definitely it's a book that's definitely worth reading from the beginning. Last issue of issue number 5, the last issue. And we've got Purgatory number 5. Quad number 2. First issue was interesting. We'll see where number 2 goes. And, all I hear is Radio Apocalypse. Issue number 2. This is extremely late. You know how I feel about that. Redshift number 5. Totally forgot what this book was even about. I hope at the beginning they have a little synopsis, because I don't know. Rise of Dracula number 3. The Rush number 4. This is the one you've been waiting for. On Time 2. Issue number 56 of Saga. Woohoo! Yay, Brian! Yay, Fiona! You got 2 out in a row. You're the best. Sonic the Hedgehog 48. Step by Bloody Step, number 1. We'll give that a shot. And this here is a supermassive one-shot. I believe it crosses over with Radiant Black. So if you're a Radiant Black reader, this may be something that you're going to want to pick up. J. Michael Straczynski, Steve Epting, great writer, great artist. We have the last issue of Telepaths, number 6. And we're going to finish it off with We Ride Titans, number 2. So it's a pretty big week for for the independents and some really good stuff. I mean, look at House of Slaughter. I mean, like, I'm not a fan of it anymore, but House of Slaughter, Department of Truth, Saga. I mean, there's some big books out there right now. But those little guys, the little companies, you need to try those guys out. Help support them. Let's move on to DC. I'm missing a few DC books here. I'm giving you what I have. Action 1040. Aquaman, Green Arrow, Deep Target. Number 5. Well, this is the better of the 2 Aquaman books. So the other one just ended. Thank God. At least we get another issue or 2 of this. And now you've got a new Aquaman book, but it's not just one. There's more than one. There's 2, maybe 3. It's called Aquaman, number 1. Run to your local store to get it, because they're gonna run out. We've got Batman versus Bigby, number 6. Blue and Gold, number 6. Just remember, when they take from you, you make them pay. Catwoman, number 40. Got a trade paperback, Deceased. Hope at World's End. Deathstroke, number 6. Detective Comics, 1054. I think this book's late, too. Hardware, number 4. We've got a Harley Quinn, number 12. The best book out of this pile for DC this week, Mad Magazine. Not really even a DC book, but it's the best. It's the best thing put out by DC. I could be wrong. I made a mistake. Refrigerator Full of Heads is out this week too. Number 4, great book. And then we have Robin, number 11. Great cover art. Buy 2. Soul Plumber, number 5. And that's it. I'm missing, I don't know, I think Task Force Z, Teen Titans Academy, Wonder Woman Evolution. Hopefully I'll have those in next week. So I finished that off, and we'll finish this off with Marvel. Which somehow the Black Widow ended up in the independent thing, but I wasn't switching it. It was switching around. It's still probably the best Marvel book that's coming out this week. So we got Amazing Spider-Man number 90. I gotta fire the guy who puts the stuff in order for me too. He's gonna be gone.
And who's gonna be in front of the camera next week?
There's gonna be nobody. I mean, you can replace me with any other idiot. All right, we got Ben Reilly, Spider-Man number 2. Captain Marvel, number 36. Some good covers out for this one. This cover looks great. I'm not a fan of Carnage, but you got Carnage Forever, number 1. Dark Ages, number 5. Devil's Reign, Villains for Hire, number 2. Elektra, Black, White, and Blood, number 2. And there's some really good covers for this book too this week, and I'll probably give this one a try. I'm gonna look at it. But Ghost Rider number 1. I'm always interested in Ghost Rider. Usually by the end I'm disappointed, but at the beginning I'm usually pretty excited. This book has gone way downhill. They need to just stop making some changes, like firing people who are working on it. Iron Man number 17. We got Ms. Marvel, Beyond the Limit, number 3. Phoenix Song Echo, number 5. new arc starts here, so if you need to jump on, this is where you gotta. This is the go. Shang-Chi number 9. Nice cover. Issue number 2 of Silk. And Silver Surfer Rebirth number 2. Thanos and Silver Surfer fighting. Yes! It is another really, really good book that some people are reading, but not a ton. Strange Academy number 6. This is a real fun book. Never thought it would last this long. It's I usually don't like this type of stuff, especially when it's mystical stuff, but it's a really, really good book. We get the second printing of Thor number 20. And we're going to finish all of this off with the 10 Deaths of Wolverine number 3. So, there you have it. It's a pretty large week. A lot of good stuff. Some crappy stuff, but someone likes that crappy stuff. So, hey, let's just bring it all in. We throw it against the wall, see what sells, right? Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next week.